What's up, everybody? What's going on? Welcome to a Tuesday morning lockdown here in Thailand, Bangkok, Thailand, to be specific. Just in case you guys were wondering, my name is Jeremy Clodfelter, in case you don't know, and this is Do More Life, the channel where we learn literally how to do more life, which is exactly what I'm going to talk about in this short live stream. And yes, I am live, so welcome, Asian Unscripted. I'm glad you're here. I figure most people will catch this on the replay. I'm in between jobs at the moment. When I say jobs, I mean my jobs that I have. I'm currently in between having to do those at the moment. So, Ross, what's up, brother? Good to see you. Who are you again? I'm nobody. I'm nobody. So here's the description for this video, and I'm just going to get into it and thank you guys for the thumbs up in advance and talk about just we're going to have a little personal update here, and then I'm going to talk about some good things that are going to happen in Thailand. And some of you are probably going, dude, you're out of your mind. There's nothing good happening in Thailand right now. I'm here to tell you, while it is a little bit aggravating, it is a little bit annoying, it is sometimes frustrating, there's absolutely some positivity going on around here, at least for me. And I'm going to express my gratitude, and I'm going to talk about things to stay positive about during this lockdown. And I'm also going to be real with you. Let's face it, the emergency decree has been extended every other month since it was enacted. Every time it's came up for extension, it's been extended. I see no reason why the current lockdown that we are under is going to only last another 14 days. And I don't, I look to see this kind of lockdown right here pushing into September, possibly October. But there's a lot one can learn about themselves during a lockdown, and that's what I'm going to talk about. So in this live discussion, I will explain why all of Thailand should focus on the positive aspects of this lockdown. Thailand is currently experiencing another partial lockdown due to COVID. While the lockdowns, curfews, and travel restrictions are hurting businesses, foreign tourism, domestic tourism, and the people of Thailand, there are many positive aspects we can focus on. I've learned so much about myself, my friends, my family, and what it means to have true gratitude. Thailand travel will return. Thailand will return to accepting foreign tourists. Let's all be grateful for what we have. The things we want will come if we can keep moving in the right direction. And I'm going to talk about that. I'm glad to see that part of me is glad to see that the bots, it has lost a little bit of its value because it's good for American dollars when you transfer them over, that's for sure. So 33 is a good number. I haven't seen that before since I've been here. I've been here 3 years and a couple months. Let's see. Ross has a prediction 35 to 37 by November under current conditions. You may be right, Ross. In fact, it may even go higher than that. The way the economy is looking, because Thailand, but these lockdowns are just so that everybody understands the economy of Thailand is basically decimated right now at this point. And the good thing about it being decimated, not that it's like a good thing for the economy to be decimated, but when you're decimated, you can only rebuild. When you're at the bottom, you can only go up. And that's kind of where we are. Yeah, a lot positive LG is happening. And there is no fake news on this channel. So if you're hell-bent on being negative, I strongly encourage you to go jump on another live stream, or possibly go follow somebody that's into talking about all the negativities that surrounds the current lockdown, the pandemic itself, and the situation that we're in, because that's not what we're going to do here. This is do more life, not do more stress. And that's what's going to happen on this channel. We're going to talk about how to live through this and live positively through it. David Sheridan says, good day, Jeremy, long time. Yes, it is, David. Good to see you, man. I hope you're staying safe and well. Tight restrictions here again in the Philippines. Oh, man. I heard about that. I got some friends in the Philippines. I'm sorry to hear about that. I also heard about the immigration changes coming over there. That's going to be interesting. Hey, Jason, good to see you, bud. Channel member in here. Anon, channel member in here. Good to see you. Let's see. Baht is weaker against all major currencies, Ross says. Interesting. Yep. Jason's talking about the conversion. Anon's, wow, 3301 right now. Well, I may I may have to go ahead and transfer some funds over then if it's at that rate right now. That's a pretty good rate. I haven't gotten that rate since I've been here. So that's one, if you want to look at it as a positive aspect, that's one positive thing we can look at right now is the baht weakens. We continue to those of us that have overseas income continue to transfer for a better value. Very good for us. Something very good. So what I've done is, as most of you know, if you don't know and you're watching this video or you are not familiar with this channel, I'm under a partial furlough at my job. I'm a teacher here. I have been since I've been in Thailand. I've been under partial furlough now for this is the third month, going on the third month. And basically what that means is I'm working 2 or 3 days a week, usually just 2. And I'm getting half my salary. So I implemented some changes. Number one, this YouTube family has really done a great job taking care of me through super chats and PayPals and contributions. And I just want to say a big thank you to all of you guys who do that, which reminds me somebody's going to hit me in the head if I don't message them and tell them that I'm live because I forgot to send them a message. So there we go. But yeah, the YouTube channel here has done a great job of that. I'm extraordinarily, that starts my gratitude. I'm extraordinarily grateful for 2 things. One is to still have a job, which means I still have, even though I'm partially furloughed, I still have a valid visa. My status in the country is legal. My work permit is still valid. And I can teach online with no issues. And you say teach online. Wait, isn't that what you do already? Yes, I work at a private school that teaches online to other students around Thailand who cannot get a English teacher, a native speaking English teacher into their schools, or they just want a better deal. And that's what we do. David said on a positive note, Jeremy can't go out, can't spend money. Another positive note. It's very nice to be able to sit back and save what money you can make, right? We have to remember this is temporary. Though it seems like especially here in Thailand, it's been back and forth. We've had lockdown, then we've eased the restrictions. We've had lockdown, eased restrictions, lockdown, eased restrictions. I've been here the whole time that I was here well before it started, and I've been here the entire time, and I have no plans to go home. I have plans to ride it out. I really want to be the guy sitting here at the end of this. I don't think it'll ever really end. I think eradicating what's happening right now is just not going to be plausible. But I want to be here when a normalcy of life returns to this country. It's going to take a while. And in my humble opinion, the longer these lockdowns stay in place, the more restrictions that are put on people, the longer businesses stay closed, the longer it's going to take to recover. So we hope that whatever your definition of normalcy is comes back at some point sometime soon. Catch a couple comments here. Anon says, positive news, lost 6 kilograms, almost 13 pounds in the last 3 weeks. They haven't outlawed bike riding. That's very good, man. Very, very good. Jackson, we can't curse in the chat. Sorry about that, bud. But I appreciate you being here very much. Let's see. That was Anon's positive news. Ross says problem with currency trading is trades are set at times and not at rates. So even if bot went up, you may catch the minute it goes down. Very risky trading. I do not recommend. Fair enough. Fair enough. And good news for me as well along the weight loss thing. I've lost. No problem, Jackson. No problem. No problem, man. Just letting you know. Just informing you, letting you know. We don't curse in the chat, YouTube stuff. We try to keep it all clean as we can. But with that being said, you're welcome to stay in the chat by all means and contribute as many comments as you want to. No problem. But I wanted to talk about, I've learned about my family. My family's still in the States, and I've learned how they have my back. If absolute worst came to worst, I could probably borrow a little money from them if I had to. Hopefully that won't happen. So what I decided to do, rather than trying to depend on this channel's income, the AdSense revenue, the people of the channel, which have been just this DoMoreLife family is a miracle in and of itself. Okay. I don't know how we were all able to come together, but the channel has kept me afloat pretty much for the last 2 months. Definitely. And I'm eternally grateful for that. I'll never forget it, which is why I'm trying to add more and more value to videos I do make. So what I did was, to alleviate the pressure from the channel members, and not just channel members, but the channel contributors. How do I say your name? Coin Jane. I'm gonna call you Miss Q. Okay. No, I will not. I have no intentions at all of going back to the USA and getting a job. I thought about that for a long time. So what I did was I got another job here in Thailand. Actually, I'm working on 3 jobs here in Thailand. But that's all coming up, right? Hey, Lyle, good to see you, brother. I didn't know if you'd be awake or not, but I'm glad you made it. And why did you leave the line group, by the way, Lyle? Our channel members they have privileged access to a line group. If you want to be in that line group, we have some great conversations in there. And all you have to do is become a channel member below, add me online, and I will invite you to the group. I love that group. Really love that group. David says, great news, Jeremy, that you can teach online. I hear you on getting to some kind of normality. It will be great to hit a few beaches and just chill out. Yeah, it will. Absolutely will. Right now, unfortunately, I'm literally locked into the province of Bangkok, and no interprovincial travel is allowed. Like, I can't get out of the province of Bangkok. And people would say, well, there's no beaches here. There's nothing for you to do. There's this, that, and the other. There's plenty for me to do. It took me about a week to get a new job. No, I had to send you another invite, Lyle, by the way. So you have another invitation, brother. That's why you hadn't seen anything. Somehow you left the group. I don't know how. You must have hit the wrong button or something. And I says, shark is a little small to make shark steak, but some shark curry is good. I hear you, man. David says, must go, Jeremy. Nice to see you. Know you were doing okay, man. Stick in there. Catch you again. Thank you, David. I appreciate that. And you do the same, man. Good luck to you. All the best, for sure. So what I learned about myself was I'm a lot more capable of doing a lot more stuff than I thought I was. I went online and applied for a online job with an online teaching company. I got the job quickly, and I guess that's due to my experience in online teaching. And now I will be able to supplement the lost revenue within the next couple months. They keep you a month behind in pay, but nevertheless, this is a source of revenue that will always be there. I'm never going to fail as an online teacher. Like, I'm just not going to. I've been doing it too long. I've been in my current job 2 years out of private school teaching online. I've taught online with other companies before, and this is no different. So I picked that up to take the pressure off of the people in the channel here. Don't want them to feel like that they have to support my living here in Thailand. That was never my intention. In the beginning, all the support, and the support will continue, but they will understand that the money that comes in now is not going to be so much living money as it's going to be back to travel funds and starting to save for when Thailand does start to reopen at least interprovincial travel, so I can get from place to place to place to bring you guys travel content again. This channel's seen a stagnant growth, and that's okay, because we're based around travel, education, information, photography, those kind of things. That's what we do. We learn how to do more life, how to enjoy more life on this channel. That's the information that you're going to get. Thanks, Anon. I'm glad you said that. Ty Guy Bride, good morning to you. I did not mean to miss you earlier, but hello to you, sir. I'm glad you're in here. He says, hard times either make or breaks you, and you have done a lot. We appreciate you. Thank you, brother. I really appreciate that, man. Thank you very much. And I appreciate you guys. I really do. So let me give you a brief rundown of what my schedule looks like for this week. Okay. So for those of you that are wondering why I hadn't been on YouTube every day, you know, that's usually how I've been kind of filling in the money gap, so to speak, is to come on here and hope that we get some AdSense revenue and that kind of thing. I found another job, this online job. This company in particular is not just some sit down and start teaching online company. This is a company that you have to go through many sets of training, videos and courses for. You have to prepare for each individual class like you were preparing for a brick and mortar classroom. It's a lot of work. It takes a lot of time. Yesterday, I had my first two classes. They were night classes. This morning, I had two classes, 30-minute classes. They were from 10 to 10:30, 10:30 to 11. Right after that, I made a personal phone call and a business phone call. Then I am now doing this chat with you guys. Tonight, I have one more class at 6 p.m. Tomorrow, I'll be working my regular job, but I have a class when I get home tomorrow afternoon. Thursday, I have 4 classes. So I'll be teaching 2 of them in the morning, again from 10 to 11, and then, one of them in the morning from 10 to 11, or from 10 to 10:30, and then in the evening I'll be teaching from 5:30 to 7. So, and those schedules change because the students can book up to 24 hours prior to any slots that I have open. And obviously I have a lot of slots open because I have an extra amount of time right now. So this lockdown has given me an extra amount of time to get used to this new platform, to this new job, to how they do things to meet their expectations. And that's a blessing in disguise, because this is something that I can always fall back on. I can always open up. I am literally an independent contractor for this company. There is no set schedule. About the only rule is if you once you open bookings for your classes and you have bookings, you better teach the class. That's pretty much what it amounts to. That's about the only rule. And I says planning is the worst thing. The first time you teach the lesson, subsequently it's easier to modify a lesson plan rather than start from scratch. Absolutely. And the problem with it's not really a problem. It's just that I'm getting used to these new like the lessons we teach at work. I already know them. I've already taught them for a couple years, so I don't have to really do a lot of prep work for them. In fact, I do very little other than just lesson plans, written lesson plans. But for these, I have to go through each slide one by one, look at the student's profile, understand what kind of student I'm teaching. It's a lot of work. It really is. It's a lot of work. But I'm learning about myself. I'm learning about, how I created this little corner over here that you guys can't see to make it a classroom. I went out yesterday. I had to spend a couple $1,000, but it had to be done. On lighting and making myself look correct on video. The next step will be to get an actual webcam instead of using the one that's built into my computer. Hopefully I'll have enough to get an actual computer at some point. That's would be nice. But these are all things that I'm doing right now. Ross says, with all this work, you don't sound like someone on a furlough. Yep. Well, I mean, between YouTube, the online teaching now and my regular job, yeah, it's a lot of work, Ross. I've been getting up at 6 or 7 a.m. Pretty much every day, and I've been going to bed about 9 p.m. roughly every night. And I'm usually working the vast majority of the day doing something, whether it be at work, teaching online, or YouTube, or my latest project I'm working on, and I'll tell you guys all about that at some point. Is this new plan hourly more profitable? It's profitable. I haven't sat down and done the 100% math yet. I can't, even if it were more profitable than my job, I can't do this online gig more than I can't quit my online job and do this online gig, because I wouldn't have a visa or work permit. So that's why I'm so grateful to still have a job, to still have work permit and visa, which is another extremely great thing for me to be grateful about. The weekend that we had here on YouTube, I was extremely grateful about that. The revenue that was created over that weekend allowed me to put a foot ahead for the month of August. It relieved a lot of stress. Jackson says, I've been in Georgia County or Georgia Country since last November, since they've opened up. Currency has gained 12% over USD when I got here. Just an example of how much it can affect currency. Oh, dude, the country, Georgia. I got you, bud. I got you. I've heard of that. That's a place I'd like to visit at some point too. But I wanted to tell you something else. I've had a lot of time to spend with reacquainting myself video-wise with my family, which has been good. I've gotten to talk to my family more than I ever have before during this time. I've gotten to go to some places here in Bangkok, stores, outlets, coffee shops, a few other places that sometimes you can go and sometimes you can't. And the reason I say I'm grateful for that is because I wouldn't have even known, like yesterday, I went to Home Pro. Home Pro is still open. I wouldn't have even known that Home Pro had all the things I needed because I'd forgotten about it since I left Rayong. So I was grateful for that. It's a little thing, right, to be grateful for. Working out a little bit at home, and I told you guys I was gifted some of my supplements that I use for trying to lose weight, and I too am losing weight, Mr. Anon, and it is what it is. Time Learning, I don't know if you're a troll or not. If you continue to make comments like that, I'll just block you. But I'm not. I have no intention of going home. So with that being said, I just kind of wanted to give a perspective here on what's really happening. So the media has got everybody scared to death because all they talk about is the number of cases, right? They don't look at the number of recoveries, which is very high as well. They're not looking at anything good, which is Thailand is currently importing many. They're currently importing many vaccines from around the world. Countries are donating the different brands. I was going to call the brand names, but I'm not going to. They're donating those. Yes, it's true. They've learned or they've ran out of supply many times over and over again. We learned that one of the jabs that they were given basically is ineffective against this new variant that's currently sweeping through Thailand, and we're going to move through it for sure. Scott says Thai doesn't give up easily. If you're talking about me, that's true. I don't. Jackson says at Anaheim it's great. April and September probably the best day. Weather completely open if you got the V. 9 days queue if you don't. That's cool, man. Anon says, good. If Home Pro is open, then chances are whatever that is, the similar store is also going to be open. Wasn't sure if they were considered essential or not. Well, I wasn't either, but we called yesterday, and the best thing to do during this time is to call a store first and see if you can get there. Scott says, Ty, if you want to say to go home, you should give a reason why. Ty says, not saying he does, just hope the best for you, for the guy I've been watching Ken for years. Well, I'm hoping the best for everybody. There's no reason for me. Perhaps when you're new to this channel, Ty, let me explain something to you real quick. When you're new and I haven't seen you before, and you don't have a face, okay, and you just have a name like Ty Learning, I don't know who you are. I don't know anything about you. So your first implication, or my first my first perception of who you are is going to be what you write first. Have you been watching me for years? Could you just be saying that? I don't know. But the point is, I just don't tolerate any crap in here. And there's a lot of people there's a lot of vloggers going home right now, and they have their reasons for going home. That's fine. Great. Go home. It is what it is. But I want to be the guy that sticks it out until we get back to some sort of normalcy. I love Thailand. There's so much massive potential here and I'm looking forward to the restructuring. And frankly, at this point, Thailand is decimated so bad economically that they're going to have to rebrand. Like the entire tourism sector is kind of going to have to rebrand itself in a different light. So you have the vast majority of people and the vast majority of countries will have to do a lot of rebranding. I'm looking forward to that. I'm grateful that I'm going to be here when that happens. I'm grateful that I'm putting myself in a position to be here when that does happen. I'm grateful that I picked up another job to support myself and don't have to depend on other people. I'm grateful that I know this channel and I know the members of this channel. I'm grateful that when travel is accessible, we will have a travel fund ready to go. I'm grateful to know that with this second job, I don't have to work at it unless I choose to. So I can unbook myself and go to travel wherever in Thailand whenever I want to. It's a beautiful thing. It's really a beautiful thing. I've now put myself in a position where even though I'm working harder, and right now it's a little more stressful because I'm learning, right? That learning process and that first contract is always a little bit stressful, but because I've done those things, put myself in a better position. And anytime I'm in a better position, at the end of the day, I sleep better. It's a good thing. Ross says, look at the current cost to go back to the States, not worth it. I agree. Jackson says, yeah, that's rough. There's actually several Thai ladies here, and they said they can't go home. They've been here for over a year and a half, no flights. Yeah, it's bad, man. It's bad. LG says, any potential that you get married and have kids there? Probably not. Probably not. Those are just things that are not on my list of priorities. Not right now. I have a 10-year plan, and I plan on executing that plan. I want to retire when I'm 50 with about 10 streams of revenue, and I want about 5 of them to be passive, completely passive, and that's my plan. Let's see. And I says, Ross, especially since the U.S. is going to be, yeah, they're going to be doing that crap again, too. Jackson says, I would stay very far away from the USA right now and for the foreseeable future for many reasons. I agree, Jackson. I agree. And I says, DoMoreLife being what they call a 1099 independent contractor is a beautiful thing, especially with multiple clients. It is. And that's exactly what I am with this company. It's also what I am with YouTube. So yeah, and it will be when the business is fully integrated, when my business is fully integrated, and when this latest project I'm working on takes off. I won't be an independent contractor there, but it'll be great. No, I don't mind you asking. Ty, I'm from North Carolina, in the States. Scott says, I think retire at 50 is a great goal, but 10 years is a long time to wait. LOL. It is a long time to wait. I'm 40 now, right? So I got 9.5 years basically left to make smart investments, to really build a solid foundation. And I can do that in Thailand. I can do that in Thailand because I can make American money in Thailand. I can make it through YouTube. I can make it through teaching online. And then I can also make money here in Thailand. I can keep a valid visa. I can work without issues. I've got enough experience now. I could go to a school and work and whatever. It's not a big deal. We don't cuss in here, Robert. Sorry, bud. Simon says, hoping to travel across South America and I'll retire. Life is for living. I agree, Simon. I agree with your statement 100%. 100%. I agree with your statement. And no problem, Robert. No problem. Feel free to comment. Just don't curse. No worries. We try to keep it nice and pretty for YouTube. But there's a lot to be grateful for during this time, guys. Always the dream. What a crazy time in the world. I hope it works out for you. Thank you. I appreciate that. It is a crazy time in the world, but there's a lot of positives that can be taken away from it. And I encourage you guys to really sit down. If you're feeling depressed and you're feeling like, life's not going anywhere, you can't get through this, whatever the case may be, ask for help. Like, there are plenty of people right now. Social workers are in high demand, right? Call somebody and talk to them. Asking someone for help, right, is a sign of good mental health. It's not a sign of weakness. Let me be clear about that. Like, if you're in a really depressive state because of the lockdown, ask somebody for help. Call somebody. Call somebody and talk to them. There are tons of places now that you can call and talk to people. There's a PayPal link. And Robert, hey, Robert, good to see you, bud. Thanks for dropping by. That's how we get the contributions in, through the PayPal link. But I'm sorry, Robert. I forgot to tell you I was going live, but I did message you. So there you go. There's a lot to be grateful for right now. Spend time with your families. Enjoy each other's company. Enjoy the places that you can travel to. Maybe you're forced to travel to a place that you never considered before because you desperately want to travel, and you can't travel here. You can't come to Thailand. You desperately want to come to Thailand, but you just can't do it right now because of all the restrictions and everything. So go somewhere else. Robert said, he says he's been to Colombia 6 times. Colombia is on my bucket list, man. So I definitely look forward to going there. I've been in Thailand 3 years. 3 years and 4 months. Thai learning, 3 years and 4 months. But if you were a long time viewer, probably should have known that, right? Because I say that a lot. Anyway, want to go to Colombia and some other places, and I definitely look forward to traveling more of Thailand as I continue to grow as a person, as a human being. And I encourage all of you to grow. See, you have to get, in times like this, you have to get creative. You have to get innovative. You have to get smart. You have to get your thinking cap on, as they used to say. You have to decide what's important and what's not, what you can live with and what you can live without. So with that being said, think about things you can do. Think about things you can do to improve your life while you have the downtime. Pick up a hobby that you didn't know you had. I mean, there's so many things that can be done right now. But really, what I'm most grateful for myself personally is the fact that I have figured out that in times of desperation, there's always a way out. There's always a way out. You may have to work hard for it. You may have to really put some effort into it, and you may have to really challenge yourself. I know for me, all this is a challenge because what's going to happen is, I got up this morning. I didn't eat breakfast. I prepped for my classes. I taught my classes. I ate lunch. I made 2 phone calls. I got on this live stream, which I'm getting ready to get off of. I'll close this down. I'll finish the publication of it. I'll put it on YouTube, and get it tagged properly and all that stuff. I'll take a shower. Then I'll probably eat supper, and I'll teach my night class. And after that, I'll work on my newest project for maybe 30 minutes or so, just bouncing around some ideas. And then I'll probably catch 30 minutes or so of the news, YouTube news, maybe Netflix. I don't know. And then I'll go to bed, and tomorrow I'll get up and I'll go to my regular job, and I'll come home and I'll teach online. And then I'll work on something else after I'm done. And that's the way my life's going to be for a while. It is what it is. And I'm happy about it because I'm going to be trying not trying, but accomplishing stuff that I've always wanted to do, like learning how to manage money has been a fundamental problem for me my entire life. I've gotten a lot better at it. But this is a really good opportunity for me to sit down and understand the math of my life. There's just so much to be grateful for. I can't go anywhere really. I'm kind of stuck in Bangkok. Sure, that's not really great. Yeah, there's a lot of COVID here. Could get sick. Yes, I've only had 1 jab. Yes, I had side effects from that jab. Jackson, welcome to the family, brother. Appreciate you coming in and becoming a channel member. Very much appreciated. Very, very much appreciated. Mexico and Colombia, no restrictions. I like that. That sounds good, man. Robert. Costa Rica also. Interesting. Very interesting. Let's see. Jackson, I congratulate you on becoming a channel member and appreciate that very, very much. Thank you, because it does support the channel and also give you access to contact Ross. Ross will give you my line ID. I'm not going to put it in the chat just for basic reasons, but I appreciate you guys hitting the thumbs up. I really do. No better here than there. I mean, depends on what you want to do for work and how much you want to make. Well, for me, it's a much less stressful life here in Thailand than it is in America. My health insurance is cheaper. My cost of living is cheaper. Dating life's a lot better. Just general overall life in general is it just feels better. The sentiment of Thailand just feels better. Right now, of course, there's a sense of urgency and depression and anxiety amongst the general population, but that's to be expected with everything that they're getting fed. I watched a video this morning that said, instead of changing policies and doing all these speculative analysis on things, why don't the media just tell the truth? Like, just tell the truth. Just come out and tell the truth about everything. Tell the truth about the people that are recovering, not just the number of cases we see every day. Tell the truth about the actual fatality rate, the mortality rate of what we're seeing. It's very low, very, very low. Talk about the good stuff. It is what it is. And just like, think about the possibilities of everything good that's going to happen when all of this chaos starts to subside. We're all going to be living in a different world. Like, we really are. This is historic. And I'm kind of happy to be able to say I was alive during part of this history making. So, like the thumbnail says, focus, right? Focus on what's important and don't get sidetracked. track. Keep putting one foot in front of the other. If you keep moving the right direction long enough, eventually you'll get to where you need to be. And that's pretty much all I got for here. I want to thank everybody for coming. Thank everybody for the comments. Thai Learning, if I misjudged you, my apologies. But we'll see you in maybe another chat at some point in time. I'm not sure. Fair enough. Fair enough, guys. Fair enough. Thank you for becoming a channel member. Jackson, appreciate that. Robert, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate that, brother. Sean says, yeah, I feel like they are keeping people from going to Thailand. Just the guidelines, the rules, crippling everything. It is. It absolutely is. But just know there's an end coming to all that. Hopefully sooner rather than later. But the upper echelon of thinking, the higher ups, their mindset has to change. And until that does, we're going to keep getting more of what we're getting now, right? If nothing changes, nothing changes. So if they don't change the way they're thinking, their mindset, if everything's focused on cases and the spread and all that good stuff, and people don't realize that, hey, we're going to have to learn how to live with this thing at some point. I'm not a medical doctor. Let me say 100%. I'm not a medical doctor. I am not a don't take this as medical advice. I'm not a financial advisor. None of this has been financial advice. I'm not a life coach. So don't take that as life coach advice. These are just all things that I'm grateful for, and things that may be food for thought for some of you people. That's all. 14 up, 1 down. I like that, Lyle. Those are good numbers for a short live stream. So love you guys. Mean it. If I don't see you guys again until the weekend, we'll definitely have Saturday and Sunday live streams, 9 a.m. Bangkok time, both days. And we will rock it out this weekend, boys. So, Robert, I appreciate the super chat again. Thank you. Thank you for becoming a channel member. Mr. Jackson, appreciate that. And Robert says super chat. Yeah. No, I'll take all the super chats we get. That's for sure. Kids in the chat? Any advice for kids in the chat? I wouldn't. No, I don't. None of my videos are made for kids. This is all made for adults. So, if you're a kid, listen to your parents and follow their directions. That's the best thing I can say. Other than that, that's all I got. Hope you guys enjoyed the live stream. Whatever you do today, be sure you do more life. I'll see you on the next one. Keep having faith in whatever it is that you believe in. And remember, if you do the right thing long enough, eventually good things will start to happen. Later, guys.